Yeah.
Goofball.
That's the boss right there. She the boss. She the boss of the operation. We got Chuck One Eye Campbell right here.
One eye.
Hey, what are you doing, man? Don't be messing up my footage.
My content.
It's my content. I gotta collect content.
You embarrass me.
I'm gonna make you famous on YouTube,
While
Chuck.
you embarrass me, I'll come by your house and embarrass
They're
you.
gonna say, "Oh, he's got the LA hat." I need that. I'll do one more large sake, and that'll shut it down for me. Chuck's probably gonna do like, what do you guys do, Chuck?
It's documented. No, I'm drinking water, man.
What are you gonna do, Chuck? We're live on YouTube right now, so what are you gonna do, Chuck?
No.
Come on. Yeah, we are.
Better turn that off right now.
Why?
Because turn it off.
You the boss?
Yes, I
All
am.
right, I'll turn it off. All right.
All right, we can't take this climb.
Hey, it's off. It's off.
Yeah, so like, hey, first of all, I'm not supposed to-
You're not allowed to open it.
Content.
Content? You're trying to get content right now. So anyways, what is it?
A NavCom radio.
What is that?
It's the same radios you have in an airplane. Or
Of what?
an airplane to
Oh.
communicate with the tower. But they're also
Gotcha.
handhelds for the
Oh,
ground
it's a-
crews and shit, and you can also communicate with
There
aircraft.
we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, cool. No. No, you don't. She said no. Oh, really? Oh, really? All right. So here's our cold plunge. We're gonna do a cold plunge. And this thing is about 50 degrees or so. And I'm gonna say that's good enough for a cold plunge.
They're gonna have to. What's up, bud?
Hey!
Come on, dogs. Come on. Come on, Sadie. Let's go, Sadie. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on, dogs. Come on, bud. Come on, bud. Get it.
Finally got this old cat functioning, running, everything good. So I think we're about ready to ship. This bucket is way too big for this machine, and if you get too much in there, it completely lifts the rear off the ground. So I don't even know if I think a counterweight, a larger counterweight will definitely help. Well, obviously it's going to help, but figuring out how to do that it might be a trick. We'll just have to play it by ear. It's moving the dirt. It's pretty heavy. I think the snow is going to be a little bit lighter, so it probably won't be as big of an issue with the snow, but wet snow is still definitely going to be a problem. It'll lift it right up. It has the power to lift. It just doesn't have the weight to keep the back end down. So that could be a little tricky, but we'll get it figured out. Morning, guys. So today we're back over here at the yard, messing around with the loader, just kind of doing some little test runs with it here in the yard, and picking up dirt and just kind of running it a little bit to see if we're gonna have any major issues with it before we ship it all the way up to Mammoth. So I'm planning on going back out to the ranch today. We're gonna do some work on the motocross track, start doing some layout for it, and hopefully get a couple of the buddies out there, and we'll come up with a good plan for laying that thing out. And I think we're gonna take this tractor over here and the spring tooth. Here's the spring tooth I got a couple months ago, and I have a little disc out there too, so I'll probably run the initial layout of the track with the disc, and then I'll put this thing on and see what we can do with this. It's got this little roller behind it. Should be pretty suitable for that. I'm really hoping so. Here's the old New Holland, and I gotta measure that width. I'm hoping I'm gonna make sure that works. It's got those little extenders on it, little kickouts, but those move back and forth quite a bit. Yeah, so should have everything we need there to put that on. These pins might be too big. Let's go check. Okay, we definitely got no power here. So we put a new battery in this thing not too long ago, so it must have a draw on it, or these connections. Those aren't very good. Maybe it's that. Doesn't seem like those are too good. Oh, they're pretty loose. That's probably most of the issue there, but let's go get the charger. Doesn't seem to be taking a charge here. I don't know if the battery's just too far down for it to do it, but I do have this little jumper box. It's actually for like dirt bikes. It's small, but we're gonna put it to the test right now and see if we can get it to work with the jumper box. So I got this little, it's a tusk is what they call it, and it has these little jumper cables that go with it. It's fully charged, so I know it works great on the dirt bikes. We're gonna give it a shot on this little tractor. Probably won't have enough, but we're gonna give her a go. What are you doing? The standoff. Okay, we're gonna hook the tusk up and see what it does. I'll be shocked if it starts, but we're gonna try it. All right, so we're gonna turn it on. That should be on right there. See what it does. So let's see if it gives her a I got juice. Well, that's more than what I did have. Okay, let's let it sit on there for a minute, see if it's got enough to do it. We don't need the light on. Okay, so we're trying to fully charge this thing. Well, it gave it some juice. I'm gonna turn it off and let it charge for a minute. Just let it sit on there. Yep. It says it's got full juice there. Okay, we got a new battery and we got the thing fired up and I got it loaded on the trailer. Clayton's gonna bring it out for me to the ranch. I'm gonna go by Tractor Supply right now and see what they have for pins, because these are oddball pins that got hooked up, and it's not it's really not like ideal. They're kind of loose up there, so I'm gonna see if I can get the pins with like the little sleeves and the bushings that go over the top. And Isaac's working that loader, making sure everything's good on it. That's our mechanic. So I'm gonna go to Tractor Supply real quick, and then we'll see Clayton out at the ranch. Well, time to go get this track cut in. Here's where it's gonna be, all right here. So now I just got to figure out the layout, which still is a little tricky to me, but I'm gonna see if I can't figure it out. Yeah, Clayton made it out with the tractor. Come here, Sadie. Come here, bud. Come here. We'll follow him up. Running lights are all working on the trailer. That's good. Dogs are getting tired. Well, let's set this old girl off. I think this is going to be a pretty cool little tool for grooming the track. But first and foremost, I'm going to finish doing my outline with the Pioneer like I was just doing. Kind of get a layout. And then I'm going to use this old school disc right here. And I'm going to throw it on the back and just drag it behind this thing and go wherever I want to go with it, and kind of make the final outline here. So let's see how it goes. All right, I've never used this disc, and I know you got to get these things angled. They got to go, you know, a nice angle, or else they're not going to cut. So I'm trying to, I'm gonna try to get this thing to hinge out a little bit. So I got the bucket up against it. I'm just gonna try and pull the tractor forward again. I'm pretty sure if I can get it out to like here, I put a pin in here, or maybe even that's what that's for. But we got to get this thing to cut. It's not cutting. Seem to be working either. I don't know why it's locked up like that. Something's binding up. let's get a hold of it here and see if we can get its angle. I need a disc, a real disc, but this is all I got for now, so. There it went. All right, that's what I wanted. Let's see if I can get it out to the last notch. It was stuck. Ooh, oh, there we go. Okay. Hope I didn't break anything. Let's see. Let a little bit of pressure off. Okay. I mean, if it'll stay like that, that's what we need for it to cut. I bet it'll cut now. Just got to get a pin in there. Yeah, that's what we wanted. So now I want to keep it from coming back closed, so I need to put a pin. Put the pin pretty much right there, I guess. That's about as all as I'm going to get out of it. Okay, now you can see quite a difference in the way that thing cuts. It's not great, but it is enough to stir up the ground, and that's what we're shooting for. So I'm gonna clear these concrete chunks out of my way here, because this is part of the new track. Okay guys, let's do a lap around the track. A lot of off chamber. That was a lap. Well, unfortunately, it's a little windier than I prefer out here, but gonna plan on having the grills out and a couple friends out later and have a fire, but hopefully this wind will settle in here in a little bit. It's just a little too windy. It's not gonna be super enjoyable when it's that windy. All right, that was pretty cool. Bud and Sadie and I, we sessioned the track. They were trying to follow me, and Bud's done worn himself out because he's a dummy. He's not smart. He'll chase. And she's over it. Sadie's tired, huh? You tired, Sadie? she done ran herself silly. But I stopped before it went too far, because if I just keep going, they'll run themselves into the ground. So Bud's ready to go again. I mean, he's got foxtails all over him. You got foxtails in you, Bud. We got to get those out. Right now, I'm going to cut up some firewood out of my firewood bin here with my trusty DeWalt chainsaw, and get a fire going in this fire pit and wait for our company to get out here. Tractor. I think the clutch might be going on it, but we're gonna get as much as we can out of her before we have to hopefully don't have to replace the clutch. Bud loves to be involved. He's just gotta follow me the whole time. Huh, Bud? So I can't wait to get some guys out here and actually test this thing out and see what they think about it. I rode it a little bit yesterday. I put in some laps on the small part of it, which we're on right now. I made it quite a bit bigger and more long straightaways on the new sections that I'm doing. So that should add to the fun. I'll try to I crashed the drone yesterday, so unfortunately I don't think I'm going to get any more drone shots, because I don't know if I have my replacement blades for the propeller blades. I shattered a couple of those when I was flying it. I crashed into the trailer, but we'll see. Got some nice uphills, off camber turns. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, guys. Except for that, see, that's my clutch. much on a real steep hill, that clutch just starts slipping. Sunday morning here. Beautiful, clear skies down low. You can just see forever out into the distance. So yesterday, we got phase 1 of the moto park in. This morning, I went around and cut some new stuff. Pretty much double the size of what my footprint that I had yesterday. So now we're gonna fire up the old New Holland and start disking that in with this old beater disc. That's all I got. But it definitely, with the dirt the way it is right now, a little bit of moisture in it, not quite enough, but it's got enough in it to where I can break up the top and get my outline put in. And then once I get my outline, then I'll start working on where we're going to put the features, different jumps. No big, huge, massive jumps. Probably just more of a high-speed course that this is going to be with a lot of off-camber turns. Just a natural track, natural outdoor type style track. Hopefully people will enjoy it. It was fairly easy to do. And with just me doing everything by myself pretty much, that's what we're going to get for starters. Well, the boss got here. Boss is here. So got the fire pit all set up, and I'm gonna get my lighter here, and we're gonna light this thing. See if we can light it up and get some heat going, guys. Come on. Come on. Wow. There we go. This starting, or whatever it is, lighter fluid these days is really done. It almost doesn't even want to burn. It's crazy. I remember back when we were kids, you would be careful with it, just like gas. These days it's not so much. I can't even get it to go down where I want it to, down there. All right, that ought to work. Look at that. City lights below, way down there. Doesn't really get much better.